When it comes to education, the classroom is where the rubber meets the road, the teacher meets the student, and the actual learning hopefully takes place.
Absolutely. Teachers are at the core of the classroom, and their collective relationship with the superintendent is so key. The leaders of both counties' teachers' unions are with us live this morning. Karla Hernandez-Mats is president of United Teachers of Dade that supported Dr. Dotris for the job. Anna Fusco is president of the Broward Teachers Union, which endorsed Vicki Cartwright. So all good or what? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So you heard both. I'm not sure if you heard this segment, but you certainly heard both superintendents talk about their priorities. And Karla, why don't we start with you? And then Anna, are they aligned with yours? How so? And what's missing?
Well, I think that it's important that not only we give, both superintendents the space and the latitude to really, come in and share their initiatives and their proposals. But it's really important for us to also acknowledge the fact that they are coming in a very difficult time, at a time when, the budget is being cut. As was mentioned earlier, the House side is a $71 million cut to Miami-Dade. So we're working with our Dade delegation. And I know that Danny Perez is trying to make sure that that is not what happens here in Miami-Dade County Public Schools. But also, something that is extremely important is that we're seeing that there is a recruitment and retention issue, not just in Miami-Dade and Broward, but nationwide. We're seeing that, we have to really put emphasis and focus on making sure that we are supporting our educators so that we have the best in the business, taking care and giving the quality education that all of our kids deserve.
Yeah. Anna Fusco, we're glad to see you as always. Let me ask you sort of the same question here, if we can pop up Anna on the screen. Anna, your union, the Broward Teachers Union, did support Dr. Cartwright to be the superintendent. Why did you, and what do you expect from her?
Well, she's been here as an interim for a few months now, and, she has stood up for, first and foremost, our students and our families and our community and all of our educators for safety and security first. She's, put forward some processes to increase and enhance our security. And when we saw that it was wired down to the, last two possible candidates, which was Dr. Vicki Cartwright and Mr. Michael Gall, who, a blessing that he served our country and a pristine, veteran of our armed forces. It just showed that the best candidate was Dr. Vicki Cartwright, an educator, worked her way up from teacher through the ranks, did serve as a superintendent in another community. So she showed, experience. And coming into our district, just days before she was, appointed by our school board members for coming with our fourth, anniversary of the tragedy that happened at MSD. And, taking on, lots of other issues with, the way our superintendent left and so forth. She's got a lot of pieces that she has to put together and, move forward. And, that's not even including, the multiple years that our students and our communities have been impacted by COVID. Yeah. So she does have her work cut out for her. She has not, shown any, anything to show that she would not be, able to take on these tasks, have integrity, and has been truthful. So that is, those are some of the reasons why we felt that it was important that, we back a candidate that will show that she's a partner with the educators and all the support staff, and quite frankly, all the employees here in the Broward County Public Schools, along with the parents, students, and the community.
It was really interesting listening to one after the other, the two superintendents who said so many of the very same things, which I guess is not surprising because Miami-Dade and Broward is, sometimes borderless. Issues are very similar. But they both talked about the professional development of teachers and how important that is. Karla, you mentioned retention and recruitment, and I'm sure money is part of that. But I want to talk specifically about professional development. Practically speaking, what does that look like for a teacher? Is that a class? Is that training? Is that time off? What does that look like?
Well, it's interesting because I do know that, our superintendent, Dr. Dotris, is a teacher's teacher. He's been at this for a very long time. He's been working as an educator and, of course, supporting educators throughout his career. I think that, it's important for us to have the skill sets that are necessary. And sometimes that means that our professional development is going to vary into something that is more about personal development. With all the stress, with everything that you mentioned in the previous segments on, teachers, seeing that all these bills, all these additional stressors are being added into the classroom settings, bills and how they negatively impact teacher autonomy and how they're trying to censor teachers. These are all things that are really worrisome. We feel like this is like Big Brother, like this is not allowing teachers to be professional, not allowing us to have the safe learning environments that we want to have. And so we have to talk about these things. We have to be able to address the professional needs that they have, not just about data points, but also about how we protect and care for the teacher, the educator, because if the teacher is well cared for, if they feel, that they are, that they have all the things necessary in their classroom and that they are supported, then those happy teachers are going to create fantastic classrooms for our students.
All right, everybody hold your places. Karla, Anna, and folks at home, stay with us. We'll be back with more questions for these teachers union presidents in a minute.
We are back with the president of Miami-Dade Broward's Teachers Union, Anna Fusco from BTU. I want to start with you this segment about the mask mandate that has now gone away and how teachers feel about that going forward, starting in the classroom. You mentioned classroom safety, and I'm guessing that's part of a safe classroom. So weigh in if you would, and then maybe Karla too, on the classrooms without a mask mandate coming up.
Well, the classrooms, the students themselves have been without a mask mandate for quite a while now. And of course, it was a large concern when we returned back from our winter break, when the Omicron was hitting so strongly, where we had hundreds and hundreds of teachers out every day. And also our student population, more than ever, that we saw with a large increase of absenteeism because they had severe flu-like symptoms and even testing positive for COVID. So, myself and our staff, visit schools often for various reasons. And from what we walk around the schools and see that, even though it was optional for our students and our employees, and the mandate was only in effect for outside, visitors and vendors and so forth, the mass majority of everybody is still wearing their masks, because I do believe that people don't want any type of flu-like symptoms or possibly testing positive for COVID, because they want to be in school. They want to learn. They want to be with their classmates. They want to get, an enrichment environment of having a safe space and being cared for. So I feel that our teachers and our employees are still concerned that, there is COVID out there and flu-like symptoms. And if you feel uncomfortable, you still have that opportunity to wear the mask.
Karla, let me ask you about, I think, a continuous ongoing issue for teachers, and that is how much they are paid. The governor, mainly thanks to a lot of federal money, a few months ago made sure that every teacher got a $1,000 bonus. And then I think the new contract in Broward awarded teachers a raise and a bonus too. What is the average salary? The median salary, I believe, is about $47,500 for teachers now. Isn't that right?
So that's actually the beginning pay. Starting pay for educators is $47,500. But we are the fifth bottom in the nation in terms of how we pay teachers. And this is precisely the problem. We have lawmakers that, instead of really focusing on how we recruit and retain, how we protect the education system, how we provide the support that our public schools need, they're talking about silly laws or bills or proposals that really don't impact us the way we need, or on what we need, or what is true to what our classroom classrooms need. And, you know, just to go back really quick to the mask mandate, I think it's important for everyone to know that as educators, we've always been supporting the science. And, you know, we hope that we're in the endemic now and that this is going to be something that is going to go away. But the reality is that what we've always been asking for is not just for, you know, willy-nilly type of decisions. We want science. Like, tell us that this is going down, that the positivity rate is going down, so that we can be safe. Because at the end of the day, all we've been trying to do is make sure that our students are protected, that our faculty and staff are protected, so that we are not propagating the virus within the community, but are having quality, safe learning environments.
Karla Hernandez-Mats, Anna Fusco, we never have enough time with you, but you're coming
Great.
back, and appreciate your time this morning. Great to have you.
Thanks very much.
All right, thank you guys. Have a great day.